What is up, everyone? I'm Mike with woodshopmike.com, and today I'm going to show you the new Gen 2 Cruzer miter saw by Delta Tools. There it is. Let's open it up. Another box. There's something in there. How is it supposed to breathe underneath all this plastic? Whoops. Let it go! Alright. Ugh. Seriously smooth. Alright, so let's run through the controls real quick. Obviously, you have a trigger up top. Now there is a safety that you activate with these two fingers and then pull the trigger with the other two fingers. Is it ambidextrous? Yeah. So to adjust the angle for the saw, the first thing that you do is turn this blue knob in the front a quarter turn to the left. Alright. Then you're going to push this blue button. Now if you just push and release that blue button, the saw is going to lock at the next detent. If you want to move past those detents, you have two options. One, you can just hold the blue button, which is what I would probably do, or you can hold the blue button and you can push this little black button here on the left hand side, and that will also allow you to freely move across the range of angles. And then to lock it in place, you just turn that blue knob in the front back to the right a quarter turn and you're good to make your cut. So now let's look at the bevel capacity. All right, you have 45 degrees that you can tilt to the left or right. And the way that you do that is first you lift this lever in the front, and then you're going to turn this lever in the back away from you, okay? And now the saw is free to rotate left or right. Now once you flip this lever back up, it's then going to lock at the next detent. All right, so in this case, that was 0. So that's nice. To lock it in place, you just push this lever down here on the front, and you're good to go. I've used several different models of sliding compound miter saws over the years, and out of the box, these controls are by far the easiest to adjust. You don't have to torque down on any of these levers to get things to move where you want them to, so I'm really optimistic for how this saw is going to perform in my shop. Now there are a couple of other saws on the market that use these robotic style arms. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this saw performs in comparison to those others. My inclination is that this will be more stable because each arm is mirrored at 45 degrees away from each other, so you have equal support around the saw blade. So there's a lever here in the back to lock and unlock these arms. I'm just picking up a lever right here. You can slide the saw then forward and back. All right, there's another lever right here so that you can lock the saw head down for easy transport, so that way the head of the saw isn't bouncing around as you're driving down the road to your job site. There are a few other details like the sliding fence. Okay, there's just a little knob back here, pretty self-explanatory, slides in and out of place and then locks right back down with a simple turn of a knob. So over here on the right hand side of the saw, you have a depth of cut stop. All right, and basically what that means is you flip this little tab down so that it's flat, okay? And you can control how deep you're going to cut. Now what this is handy for is doing things like half laps or even dados on your piece, so that you can not cut all the way through your piece. You make a dado, easy peasy. So here you have a work holding clamp. Most work holding clamps are kind of a pain to use because they don't have any gross adjustment to them. Then you waste a lot of time adjusting this clamp here. But what's nice is that this clamp will jam itself into a coarse adjustment, and then you only have to apply the pressure to hold your piece in place. All right, so the saw has been looked over. It is square out of the box, which is really surprising. So we're gonna take our first test cut in some super exotic soft maple. It's not really exotic. I'm gonna put on some ear protection because I wanna be able to hear when I'm older. Oh, and a dust mask because I only have one set of lungs. Okay, can you hear me all right? We're gonna take our first cut. All right, so as you can see, that first cut threw a lot of dust, and that's because we're not hooked up to a shop vac. So now I'm gonna hook up to a shop vac. I wanna see how good the dust collection is on this saw. Okay, so as you saw, once I turned on the shop vac, the dust collection was substantially better. It was a big improvement over just having the bag on there. But that, of course, is to be expected. What I did like, though, is the dust collection on this versus other miter saws that I've used was really good with the shop vac running. If you do a scoring cut across the top of the piece, the dust collection is not as good, but it's because the dust is not traveling in the direction of the shoe. You're going the opposite direction of how things were designed to collect dust most efficiently. So you'll get some blowout at that point in terms of dust, but once you are heading back with the saw, then the dust collection is really, really good. The only other aspect that I haven't talked about yet is their shadow line technology. Now, what that does is you have a little button right here on top of the handle, okay? It's right there. And you just turn it on, and what it does is it casts a shadow on your workpiece. You see that it casts a straight line shadow on your workpiece, and that shows you exactly where you're going to cut. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this quick little introductory video on the new Delta Cruzer. This is the second generation of this miter saw, and from everything that I'm seeing, it is going to be a real performer in my shop. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, be sure to ask in the comments below. Ah, you're still there, awesome. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, I got another one queued up for you right here. And if you want other awesome content from me, check out those. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like and subscribe, and until next time, have fun making something.